Hey, what's going on, everybody? And thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Justin, and the Toronto Maple Leafs just beat a very good, I might add, Colorado Avalanche team 8-3. The Toronto Maple Leafs are playing some of the best hockey that I can remember in recent or long-term memory, winning 15 of their last 17 games. It's not just that they're on a winning streak, it's how they're winning. This team is playing so well, so complete. We've seen Leafs teams of the past go on winning streaks, not to this extent even, but winning streaks nonetheless, but they were winning games that they didn't necessarily deserve to win, whereas this year's team just seems to be outplaying every single other team that they go up against night in, night out, whether it's a blowout game like it was tonight, 8-3 against Colorado, or if it's a tight game where they need to either come back from being down in the third period or just have a one-goal lead and need to keep it defensively sound in the third period and pull out the win. They've been able to do it whatever the circumstances. So what I wanted to do was hop on here just to make a really quick video about giving Kyle Dubas credit, because I wanted to reflect back to the offseason when I'm generalizing here, but I saw so many Leafs fans commenting that this Leafs team was worse than the team last year, that this Leafs team was going to suck, that they had no chance, that they wouldn't make the playoffs. And I'm not going to go ahead and claim, I was right, but I did make the point that Kyle Dubas knows what he's doing and that the players that he acquired were made specifically to make this team play a certain style of hockey, and they're doing just that. And so again, I just want to give Kyle Dubas credit, and I hope that some of the people that were naysayers about him, saying he should be fired, saying that he doesn't know what he's doing, saying that the acquisitions he made in the offseason were terrible, I want them to appreciate the work that Kyle Dubas has done with this team. Now, for all we know, the Toronto Maple Leafs can go on a terrible stretch here. In my last video, I made a comment about the Leafs being 9-1-0 in their last 10, and I asked, how are they going to play in the next few games? Well, they've continued it on. They're still running so hot, winning almost every single game that they play. But moving forward, let's say they go on a losing streak, and that's okay because, well, those happen. But then people are going to turn on the team. We know they are. People, let's say they lose 5 straight, people are going to say, uh-oh, this team sucks. Well, we have just seen an example of how good this Leafs team can be with the build that Kyle Dubas has made, with the roster that he's produced. And if this team, the way that they're playing right now, plays this way in the playoffs, they win 1, 2, maybe even 4 rounds. Hands down. They are not getting out in the first round because the Leafs' kryptonite is playing 7 half-effort to low-effort games in the playoffs. It just takes them coming with their top effort. But the top effort this year is a lot better than the top effort we've seen in other years. And again, Kyle Dubas made this team specifically for how they're playing now, and a lot of people just gave him a lot of flack, didn't give him any benefit of the doubt after the series loss last year, and were very quick to criticize him and say that this team was not going to succeed. The acquisition of Michael Bunting cannot be understated. He is playing such an important role with Matthews and Marner. They showed the stats on the broadcast tonight, the difference of Matthews with Bunting versus without Bunting. He's a role player. People need to understand that. He plays a specific role in getting the puck, being a pest, being tenacious. He'll get some goals here and there, but that's not necessarily what he's expected to do. He's there to amplify the play of Matthews and Marner, and he's doing just that right now. David Kampf, another person where so many people were just so quick to say that David Kampf contract made no sense and was a terrible signing and a terrible deal. Well, he is so critical in producing a third line along with another acquisition, Ondrej Kase, who are a shutdown third pairing, can play important minutes, defensive draws, and still have an offensive threat. I know Cash has been out for the last couple games, but those are 2 massive acquisitions, and again, getting this team to play a more defensive, responsible, shutdown style of hockey as opposed to relying purely on offense. And Nick Richie, well, A lot of people are asking for Nick Richie to go, but he's on the team that right now is, again, 15 wins in their last 17 games. And even though Nick Richie is not directly scoring, he's on the team that's getting those results. So he's obviously having some sort of positive impact. Maybe he's not at the best cap hit, especially for the fourth line. Absolutely, I agree with that. But he's not expected to be the goal scorer there. He's expected to be the physical presence, the guy producing screens in front of the net, can maybe chip in a couple points here and there. But if the Leafs are losing in a game, which they haven't done too much as of recent, he's there to set the tone, throw a big hit, get in a fight, change the momentum, and again, produce a little bit if he can chip in a point or two. And he's, again, still providing that value even during this winning streak, even though he's not scoring. So Kyle Dubas, I've got your back. I really, really love what you've done with this team. This team, again, could go on a losing streak here. It wouldn't be the end of the world. It's expected. They've been on such a hot streak. I'm just waiting for the time that they come down from it. But when they show up like that to a Colorado team that's got McKinnon back in the lineup, Kadri, I think 4th in the league in points, Makar, Gerard, Taze, Rantanen, this team is so stacked. Now, they did have their backup goalie in the net. That obviously had an impact. Some of the goals should not have gone in, but they steamrolled them. They outperformed them from the get-go. They let up a bad goal at the end of the first period, almost let Colorado sneak back, and a team in the past in Toronto would have let that win slip away, but this year's team did not. They just decided to pile it on, and this team playing the way they are playing right now, again, I will say it, will win in the playoffs. It's just up to them to decide whether they're going to show up for the series. So what are your thoughts? Were you one of those people that was doubting Kyle Dubas' decisions in the offseason, thought that maybe this team wasn't going to make the playoffs, or someone that really thought that this team was built to have success, which clearly they are, and clearly they are having? I'd love to hear your opinion and your thoughts. Please click like, subscribe, and comment in that section, and I'll see you in the next one.